Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jyotirmay Setu, and today I will be presenting our work on predicting and explaining cognitive load, attention, and working memory in virtual multitasking. So, as researchers, we try to look for problems everywhere. So, when we stumbled upon cognitive load in VR, we thought it was a simple and elegant problem that we can solve. But that was just the tip of the iceberg. Underneath was a wide array of consideration like physical load, mental load, working memory load, and attention that formed a holistic view of the cognitive state of a user. Now, virtual reality enables immersive experience, but as it progresses, it often demands significant cognitive and physical effort. Understanding and predicting these demands can help create adaptive VR environments that enhance user performance and reduce cognitive strain. Cognitive load in VR consists of multiple components such as physical load, mental load, working memory load, and attention. Prior research primarily focused on singular metrics, but our work provides a more holistic and detailed analysis as we try to predict all of them at the same time with the same data. As modern day VR application becomes more and more complex, multitasking in VR requires navigation, interaction, and problem solving simultaneously. This increases cognitive strain, potentially leading to fatigue and reduced efficiency. Our research aims to address these challenges by predicting and mitigating high cognitive loads. The firefighter training simulation is a great example, where the participant navigates through virtual fire that requires locomotion, looks for survivor that requires attention, and remembers the path to get out of the fiery mess that requires working memory. We used the VRWalking dataset collected from 39 participants who navigated virtual mazes through real walking. This dataset is uniquely suited for cognitive load analysis as it includes real-time physiological and behavioral data as well as the ground truth levels for working memory, attention, physical load, and mental load at the same time frame. Our key contribution include predicting attention, mental load, physical load, and working memory load using several deep learning models trained on multimodal sensor data. We leverage SHAP analysis to explain feature importance in predictions, providing insights into how different data inputs influence cognitive state predictions, which can be used to optimize VR design. Let us now first discuss how we prepared the levels from the raw data in the VRWalking dataset. As we said earlier, the session was 15 minutes per participant and they each received a 5-digit sequence relating to their working memory task and a keyword relating to their attention task. Each minute was further divided into a 30-second attention task followed by a 30-second Q&A session, where participants reported cyber sickness, physical load, and mental load. Throughout the attention task, they hear randomly played words from Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, and Echo. During the attention task, the participants keep pressing the joystick button if they hear the keyword played through the headphones or press it otherwise. This is how we calculated the success rate of the attention task. As you can see, if they press the button after hearing the keyword, it was considered a mistake and we get a score of 80%. We also calculated the time latency between them hearing the words and pressing the buttons and considered this reaction time as another metric of attention. During the Q&A session, we got the levels for cyber sickness, physical load, and mental load on a 1-minute interval through 3 separate questions asked in a succession. So the 3 questions were: how sick do you feel on a scale of 1 to 10, how physically demanding is the task, and how mentally demanding is the task. Alongside, we also got their working memory task response. As you can see, the digits and their index has to be correct. That's why even though they got all the digits correct, 2 of the digits are misplaced and considered wrong. We have utilized these two equations to prepare the data levels for multi-class classification task. The reaction time based attention required a separate setup. We have utilized the objective measures collected during the session for training the deep learning models. The features include multimodal sensor data such as eye tracking, head tracking that comes from integrated sensors of the HTC Vive Pro Eye, and heart rate and GSR that comes from external sensors. Now that is a lot of data and a lot of results to go through in a short time, but let me highlight the key ones. LSTM was the best performing model in almost all the cases except for in working memory load classification where GRU overperforms. We have kept the results of MLP to highlight how a straightforward and very lightweight model would perform the kind of data, as we have a motivation to use these models in standalone VRHMDs. Again, to summarize, the choice of the three models were deliberate, as both GRU and LSTM are best suited for time series data with long and short-term temporal dependency. MLP was utilized with the motivation of using a rather lightweight model for uploading to a VRHMD. All the models are kept straightforward in order to incorporate SHAP analysis for better explainability. So now we move on to the SHAP analysis part of our paper. SHAP is an explainable AI framework that is capable of providing both global and local explanations. This helps the understanding of how each features contribute to model decisions. Now, global explanation helps us understand overall model behavior, useful for feature selection and reduction, making lightweight models and increase general insights, whereas the local explanation focuses on individual predictions. The graphs are also going to be a lot to explain in this time frame. I will just go over some of the key findings in the physical in the physical load prediction, both in the local and global explanation. We see that eye tracking feature become more relevant. Vibe timing, which is a global time kept by HTC Vive Pro Eye, also emerges as a dominant feature, suggesting the time series nature of the data and the correlation between exposure time and physical load. In mental load, pupil diameter becomes significant, and that can be seen in both local and global explanation. Biophysiological information becomes more dominant in working memory load prediction, and we also see the eye tracking features with significant contribution. Some interesting insight can be seen in case of success rate based attention prediction. In case of reaction time based attention, eye tracking were more dominant, although we did not present it here. That aligns with prior research. However, in case of success rate based attention, we see that head tracking information becomes more relevant and dominant. To summarize, physiological and eye tracking data was dominant in working memory load, pupil diameter in mental load prediction, time related information alongside eye tracking for physical load, and for success rate based attention it was the head tracking data. Although we see some variability in local and global explanation, as we only targeted high class, in local explanation with the motivation of finding features that contribute the most during the peak cognitive load conditions, time related features were seen in all the local explanation for physical load, mental load, and working memory load, suggesting that exposure duration might be a key factor. In conclusion, we effectively predicted every aspect of cognitive strain of a participant utilizing the VRWalking dataset. We achieved high performance, and SHAP analysis provided new insights into how the predictions are made. With this, we can get a better insight into cognitive state prediction and help optimize VR environment for better cognitive load management. This will lead to a more immersive and user-adaptive VR applications. In order to access the VRWalking data, you can contact me via the email address, visit the lab website to request the full data, and access a pre-processed version of it through the GitHub link. Thank you for your time. I'd be happy to take any questions.